Hello Internet, welcome to the channel. My name's Frankie, and in today's video we are doing a tour and some finishing touches to our Christmas festive mini zoo that we've been doing on the channel for a little while now, so sit back, enjoy, and let's get stuck into it. The first thing that I want to work on in our festive mini zoo is the entrance. Some of you may remember that the first video in this series was kind of a how to start a franchise mode zoo, how to get a decent setup that will allow you to make some money out of the gate. And as a result, this beginning setup is a little bland. It was designed to be that way so that you could maximize your profits rather than be draining your funds and stuff. So what we're doing now is we're going to dress up all the bits that we placed down before. And that includes all the shops, the toilets, and moving the exhibits around as well. Now, something that I wanted to do was include the Nordic inspired blueprints from the Arctic pack. I really like the shop fronts that were included, so I thought I would use those, especially as it will help to blend in with all the staff buildings that we've got and a few other buildings we've used around the zoo as well. I also wanted to use this massive Christmas tree as a centerpiece, and in order to do that, that was going to require a bit of editing. I decided to remove the benches in the middle of the plaza, move the exhibit and the toilet and stuff, and expand the plaza-y area a little bit so that we could fit that Christmas tree slap bang in the middle. As always when dealing with pathing, it did prove to be a little bit finicky, but given that the snow is always in this map, I decided it didn't matter just how tidy it was in terms of how it joins the main path. I didn't mind if there was a bit of a disconnect because you're probably never going to see it due to the snow on the ground, so I'm not going to be too much of a perfectionist with the pathing given how difficult it can be to control. All that I do want to make sure of is that there's not too much pathing under the Christmas tree itself. Otherwise, some of the guests may just decide to walk through it, and that kind of ruins the illusion of the whole thing. And for the most part, this is basically all we have to do to the entrance area. It's just a matter of readjusting some things and using some of the Arctic blueprints to cover up some of the buildings that we already have in place, just to make it seem a bit more thematically appropriate. Then when I'm done with that, I decide to move on to blending the outskirts of the zoo into the surroundings. And the best way in my opinion to do that is to take some of the local flora that is already in the map when you first load up and just copy and paste that around the edges to kind of create this idea that you are within a forest or something. You've got plants naturally growing around the edge that existed long before your zoo did. And that's exactly what I do here. I take a bunch of the large trees, the nice kind of vibrant green trees. Okay, they may not actually be green. I'm just thinking about this now. I am colorblind. They could be like orangey, especially if they're in a colder place. Okay, there's really nice, tall, bright trees that we have in this map. I take a bunch of those and copy and paste them around the perimeter of the zoo, filling in any gaps where the paths kind of split and stuff, just to create that kind of foresty look and make it seem as if though the zoo exists within a living forest. It really helps to camouflage the edges and just direct your eyes to the points of interest within the zoo and to make it all seem a lot tidier. Around the entrance that this zoo starts with, there are also some crowberry bushes, so I'm going to copy and paste a bunch of those around as well and kind of plaster those all over the floor to add a bit of ground texture, because otherwise when you get up close and personal with these trees, they're quite notably lost, so it just helps to blend them in a little bit. I'm also going to add a couple centerpieces just to this area here, as it's quite open and doesn't have much going on, even if I do add a bunch of trees. So we're going for a massive Christmas present stack, and I'm also going to hide an igloo in amongst the trees that I place here as well. And with all of these final decorations in place, these little finishing touches, the zoo is about done. So we're going to hop over to a little live video where I'm going to go around the zoo and kind of do a bit of commentary. We're going to have a zoo tour now basically, and just a little warning, the audio quality will be slightly different because I have to record it slightly differently as I'm recording my voice live whilst playing the PlayStation rather than retroactively like this where I'm recording after the fact. So it might be slightly different, but enjoy. So we have got the standard entrance right here, the normal one that you get of any franchise mode zoo. And as we enter, we've got our new plaza on the right hand side. Got some lovely Nordic looking shops and stuff with the massive Christmas tree as a centerpiece. A lot of people around here. Hopefully that's a good sign. Oh look, one of the snowflakes has kind of fallen and trapped in amongst the brambles and stuff. Not brambles. What have we got here? We've got some hot. Oh, it's a type of berry, isn't it? This bush. I can never remember what it's called. I use it loads. And then what's the stuff in the middle? I don't know why I'm even bothered trying to name these plants. I obviously can't. Yeah, I quite like this festive tree. I feel like maybe I should have used a few more across the park. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it's quite a nice centerpiece to this little shopping area right here. And what have we got here? Is this Gulpy, what type? Energy by the looks of it. Gulpy Energy, lovely. Got the Street Box Cafe, because I personally think if we're in a snowy place, it's essential that you offer warm drinks. And of course, next to the coffee, you've got cakes, because what cafe doesn't sell some lovely goodies in the forms of patisseries and stuff. Over here we've got the toilets, which is obviously the toilets themselves aren't too exciting, but I love this structure. Another blueprint from the Arctic pack. It's just wonderful. I really like that they've got these are they willow bushes or something kind of sticking out the side of these plant box areas. Really nice. And then here in the corner we just got a miscellaneous Arctic building, which adds a bit of character. And it drives home that festive feeling that I was trying to go for, because it's covered in presents and stockings and the two trees. It screams festive, so that's pretty good. And then here's the information centre, making sure that our people are able to sponsor animals and get information leaflets and stuff. And here we have the very first thing that we popped down, and that was the dual exhibit. And what have we got in here? We've got the terrapin, very cute. Let's see if we can spot one without like having to select the actual exhibit. Is there one on the log? No. Can't see one at the moment. Don't think. I bet there's one like staring me in the face. Oh, okay, I could just see the silhouette of one there. But where it's so close to the surface of the water, it's just covered in reflection. You can't really see it. Is there any on the island? Whoa! Nah, I can't see any. And then over here, it's like being at an actual zoo, isn't it? I can't see anything. Over here we have the newt, or the... I can't remember what this is. Is it called the Quested Newt? Am I imagining that? Or why do I keep climbing on it? Well, let's have a little look. Can we see him swimming about? Or is he on the island? Don't think he's on the island. Could you move your head, please, miss? These guys are just as sneaky as the terrapins by the looks of it. Whose armpit am I looking in? Move. Okay, right, yeah, let's move on. Oh, really? All the snow's disappeared. Bless me. Okay, let's go to the snow again. This will add a bit of atmosphere to it. Now, over here we have our first habitat, and that is for the Arctic fox. We have this little gap filler here with some reindeer statues and a Christmas tree. I quite like them. And this is one of our donation boxes, obviously. There was one by the exhibits, but I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's worked really well to kind of mask the donation box with a statue and stuff. It just looks really nice. Okay, here we have probably the loudest resident of the zoo, and that's the Arctic fox. These guys are always making loud noises. Oh, is he going to play with the disco ball? I haven't seen that yet. Oh, so cute. I hadn't seen that animation before, so quite happy with that. This was the last habitat that we built, and I've got to say, from a viewer perspective, these little peek-through windows work really well. I'm really happy with these, and they're one way, so it's not going to stress the foxes out, which is nice. So from the last habitat that we built to the first, I may have to cut down the numbers of this zoo. Let's see if we can do that now. We'll go to settings, and then over to game, and down to maximum guests. Let's put it down to like 1,500. So people start to trickle out a little bit now. Yeah, from our last habitat built to the first habitat built, and that is for the red-crowned or crested crane. See one playing in the water there, and a baby up on the shore. We had a bit of fun building this, wanted to make sure that this felt quite Japanese, this habitat, which was fun. There are a couple hiding in the corner over there. We will go this way, as there is a dome viewing thingy this way as well, so we can get a better look. Now I'm just realising, I never added any education boards for these birds. Huh. Okay, once I'm done with this video, I will do that, and then I'll be uploading this zoo to the workshop. So if you're at all interested, you can access this zoo on the workshop. I think I'm just going to call it Festive Mini Zoo. So if you're on console, you'll be able to play this game, play this zoo, download it yourself and have a little look around. Up here we've got the snow leopard habitat, which was the first one where I went really heavy with the faux rocks to really create a oh look, the cub. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, this is the first habitat where I went really heavy with the faux rocks to create a definite atmosphere and start to kind of give a theme to our zoo. From this point, a lot of the habitats have the faux rocks. Oh look, it's such a happy family. Oh. Yeah, this Risen viewing gallery, again, a peek through like on the fox habitat works really well. And as you go back down the hill, you get a lower viewing point as well. You've got two here. I use the archways from the faux rocks to create this. And when they're being fed, you'll get a really nice close-up view of that. And then over here you get a bit of a broader view of the habitat. You can see them up the top still from here. One of them's carrying the fire hose kind of cube thing. And now, whilst it's not available to the public because the path turns to staff only here, I think it's there. Why is no one coming any further? Yeah. Whilst it's not available to the normal guests, this is of course a staff area, and I really enjoyed building this, and it just feels cozy. I really like these centerpieces, which you can sit down, have your lunch, and look at the lovely plants and the statues of the animals in the zoo. I'm just really happy with this area overall. And it feels nice and put away, quiet, kind of chilled out for our keepers and whatnot. Because, as we've just seen, the zoo itself, pretty hectic. It's important to give our staff a lovely little area they can kind of go to relax a bit. Look, it's another reindeer statue to kind of camouflage this path to the edge of the next habitat, which is of course the reindeer. And look, we've got one sleeping right here. Now let's go around to the intended viewing area. And that is over here. Got some bowling pins in the form of snowmen. And there we go. We've got a lovely open area. And these guys, their babies are so cute. Over by the water at the moment. But there might be some inside taking shelter, so we can go inside this lovely Nordic barn I made. And have a look in here. And, oh look, yeah, we have got a couple in here. We've got a little baby, and we just saw one of the adults running out just now. And, whoa, there we go. Okay, this upper beam is right in the way, eyesight-wise, for our guests. There we go. Just so we get a good view. Okay, let's move on. Over here we can access the dome for the cranes, so we can go over here and tap on.
Wait, how do I exit it? No, enter. What am I missing? Or am I meant to... I think I need to come off of this and select the individual domes. Yeah, select... Oh no, wait. Ah! What am I doing? Enter camera view. There we go. Got some over there. Is this the only... It's kind of facing the wrong way, but whatever. Allows you to get up close and personal with these big, majestic birds. Which is a pretty cool thing to be able to experience in a zoo. There are always some habitats that have a little thing like that. I would say most commonly it's meerkats where you're allowed a little peek through like that. Now over here we are heading to my proudest construction in this zoo, and that is a massive panoramic area for the grey seal as half of it, and here we go, see them swimming about right beneath us. And on the other side we have the king penguins. I love the way they just bob up and down with their heads sticking out of the water. They always look so funny. And we got one of the aquatic themed bathrooms. I think it works pretty well. And we continue this faux rock theme to kind of add a nice border to this area. Over here we have a seating area for when we have animal talks, because each of these habitats, as in the grey seals on the left and then the penguins on the right, have a education talk, so you can get a bit of a live demonstration of how incredible these animals are. I don't know if any of the penguins are swimming at the moment. They all seem to be chilling out on their island. Oh wait, I just saw some bubbles in the water. Yeah, okay, there are some. And we have a few shops over here as well, also in the aquatic theme. And we will continue round to what was definitely the hardest part of this build, and that is the underwater viewing. And to do that we need to go back up here and around into this cave entrance. So it did take a lot of time, but I'm very proud of it and I'm happy with how it's turned out. It's a kind of underground cave construction which allows you to see into the water areas of both these habitats, and you get to see the animals swimming about and having a jolly good time, and it is really effective in my opinion. And this first portion, so the entrance over here and the entrance on the other side as well, is accompanied by a exhibit, and on this side we have the salamander, not the salamander, this is the axolotl, yeah, okay. And can we see an axolotl anywhere? I have a feeling we're not going to be able to see one, but I do want to see it, so I'm going to select the habitat and just have a look that way. Oh, I did a yawn! I mean, look how small that is. There was no way I was going to notice that from out there. And was it even in view? Yeah, it was. Okay. So, oh wait. Was it? Yeah. Let's get back into explore mode. Oh. So it should be on that rock over there. Oh. Where is it? Okay, I don't know where it's gone. Either way, they're very cute. And we've got some of the conservation education boards peppered throughout this underground area as well, to just boost the score of the education. Got a nice sort of seating area with some penguin statues and stuff, so if you want to bring your lunch down here and watch the animals, then you definitely can. Over here we've got the grey seals and their underwater viewing gallery. There's one right here. And this will also allow our guests a very unique way of watching the animals eat, because both habitats have underwater feeders, so that they'll be producing live fish for the guys to eat. Not live fish, but it'll be throwing fish out into the water, and then they have to kind of use their natural behaviours in order to feed, which is very important. Over here we have the green poison dart frogs and a Goliath toad. Oh look, saw the toad straight away, yay! You may have noticed there's a bit of a theme with the exhibit animals. All of them at a minimum can swim, whether they are aquatic or semi-aquatic. I thought it was kind of important to have it be that way. Oh, hello, little guy. Oh, he's so cute. Because then it kind of fits the theme of the rest of the zoo, as the vast majority of these animals, actually maybe not the vast majority, about half of these animals have swimming areas and enjoy a good dip. And we're going to go visit the last of those animals right now, and it is of course the mighty polar bear. And to get there we have to go around at least halfway of this panoramic kind of mountainous view that we created for the grey seals and the king penguins, and go up the staircase. So I'm sorry, but if you're in a wheelchair you're not going to see the polar bears. My zoo is not very accessible. Sorry about that. Down here we have an underwater viewing gallery for the polar bears, and there aren't any here right now. But something that I did enjoy about this habitat is that I could go crazy with the amount of plants. I was very surprised at how much plant life they enjoyed. So I was able to really decorate underwater and make it look luscious and quite wonderful. And I'm now seeing that maybe this fence is a little too tall. We don't want our guests to be able to climb over and drown, obviously, or get savaged by a polar bear. But we can't really see over it, so I'm going to have to climb just a little bit. Can we see any polar bears? Are they both swimming? That seems to be the case most of the time. They like to do a bit of what I'm going to call the doggy paddle. They don't seem to dive that often. They like to just kind of skim across the top of the water, a nice slow paddle. Oh look, one's asleep right at the back over there. Weirdly, even though when I check the traversable map they can go inside those two shelters, they never seem to. This is the closest I've seen one get, and it's kind of sleeping in front of it rather than in it. Normally they just come and sleep right up on the bank of the water, which is quite strange. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. You shouldn't be climbing on the railings, because now I'm dead. I'm drowning, I am in the polar bear enclosure, and I am definitely screwed. Right, let's play again. Let's see if I can escape before getting found by a polar bear. So we're going to sneakily go this way, avoiding the sleeping polar bear. We are tiptoeing, which is why we're going so slow. Oh no! The gate's there. Mr. Polar Bear is there. Run! Ah! Jump! Oh, can't jump. Whatever. Okay, yeah, this is a staff-only path right here. So there you go, moral of the story. Don't climb on the barriers. You might die. Yeah, let's get another look at that one that we just saw on our way out. From up here, though. I say don't climb the barriers and I'm going to do it instantly. Right, where was he? He was behind that tree. He's over there behind the tree. Oh, okay. Don't fall in, don't fall in. Ah! Lovely polar bear. Okay, can I get out this way, or do I have to actually make it make sense? Can I walk through glass? I bet I can walk through glass. Look at this underwater area, like in front of the viewing gallery. I personally think it looks lovely. So much going on. Woohoo! Just call me, is it Kitty Pryde in X-Men, the girl that can walk through walls? I think it's that. Yeah. Okay, we're going to quickly whip round the penguin habitat again and just go down the left side of the crane habitat, just to give you kind of a full view of the zoo, because then it'll be a complete circuit, and we're almost done. Here I hid a little house for someone. Oh, in amongst the forest, there's an igloo. Lovely. My main way of kind of finishing up this zoo has definitely been to add a forest to the border. I think it just looks really nice and natural, and it makes you feel quite submersed. And it makes the paths clearer as well. When it is this snowy, you can barely see the path. So the main way of knowing where you're meant to be going is there's no plant life here. So you need to follow the areas that have no plant life. Got another kind of Christmassy centerpiece that is from the Arctic pack. I thought this was kind of important to just pop here to continue that theme, because the Christmas part of this zoo is it's the entire point I made it. So making sure that we do have decorations and stuff that reflect that is quite important. Oh no, one of my king penguins is about to die of old age. So sad. And then on the way out we can have another look at the foxes if they're out and about, which I think they might be on this side given the number of people. Ah, look, he's asleep by the disco ball. Yeah. Then you can grab yourself a little bite to eat and you can leave. So now we'll get into some cinematics for this zoo, I think, just to give you a final nice kind of polished look at what we've done, and to have a look at all the babies, because there's been a bit of a baby boom recently and it's been wonderful. Thank you for everybody that has watched this series. I've really enjoyed this mini zoo, and I'm quite enjoying doing mini zoos in general. The Halloween one we did was amazing. I really enjoyed doing that and really leaning into the theme. So if you have other themes in mind, let me know in the comments, because I would love to do more mini zoos to break up doing these larger zoos. But in the next video we will be going back to Primate Isles, especially as we've got a DLC coming up that will include more monkeys to add to that zoo. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see in the future. Subscribe to the channel for more, and until next time, I'll see you later.